How much stock does your trader have now and where is it?
Industry Season 3 is out, but we're back with a big trade of Season 2 because we want to work on solid bases. And I've done a short about this trade, and I've been told many times that I'm wrong. And because I appreciate the feedback, I watched it again, and I thought, ooh, maybe I was wrong. So I watched the second time, and then I thought, no, I was right. And so I watched the third time, and I thought, well, it's complicated and it deserves a new breakdown. But this time we're going to do it really slow without skipping or editing so that we all come together to a conclusion.
How much do you have and what's the offer?
So this guy's a client from a hedge fund and he calls from a tennis court, and that's weird, but never mind. And she's the commercial representative of the bank. Here it's Pierpoint, an investment bank. I said I was going slowly, but don't worry. This is going to bring us into sales and trading concepts very quickly, and there are many concepts here.
Harper, if you click me out of a phone call while executing, you will never hear from me again.
So I used to be a salesman doing pretty much Harper's job. The reason why sales are there and why they have special phones that they can cut off is that normally they wouldn't let the client speak directly to the trader. Because, for example, she might take a markup on the price of the trader, or she could come up with some, fancy bullshit.
I'm stuck with 50 million.
Like here, they should try to hide that they're stuck, and she should just say to the client, like, we have a wonderful offer for you for 50 million.
The last trade price was 45. I can sell you all 50 million at that price.
Here we are before the market opens. They trade the stock OTC, not on the stock market. It's unusual. I'm not going to go into the backstory. Check out this other video if you want to know why.
I know his order book is fucked and the market opens in 30 seconds. I will take 50 million at 44, not 45.
That means that there's no official price and they can agree on a bilateral transaction on a price they want. The last price can be from the previous close, in which case the client would know about it. But I'm wondering here if it's not the pre-market in the interdealer broker market. In that case, the client wouldn't know, and maybe the trader can play with that.
He's running you over.
I agree with Erin. She should make her mark.
Rishi, he's 44-bit.
44? Is he mad? This is the best name in the sector. It's already at a discount. My price is 45.
So the discount, or £1 here, is actually 2.3%.
Tell him if he liked it so much, you can fucking keep it.
He says if you like it so much, then you can fucking keep it.
The smart thing to do would be to calm the spirits by censoring a bit the language between those two.
I can have all 50 million at 44 3/4. That's my final offer.
Now, this is where it gets really interesting, and that's where people told me I was wrong. So let's go.
I'll buy 75 million, not 50. 75 million at 44 and a half.
75 million at 44.5.
So it gets us to the concept of bid-offer spread. The trader is bidding at this price, the client is offering at this price, but this is not a market price. Again, it's OTC, over the counter. When the market opens, it will move continuously.
75. I've only got 50. This will take me short enough.
He's got 50 in the book. If you think about it, there's no way he can deliver more straight away. He'd have to borrow, and that's another concept, short and borrow. And he would have to source the stocks from someone else from which he can borrow and deliver them to the client, and they then send them back, and there would be a cost. Anyway, it's a concept that we don't really need here because...
Okay, Jesse, how about this? Why don't we do 50 now, and we'll leave a working order for 25 more after the open.
She's got a solution, so they can just buy later when the markets are opened on behalf of the client. And this is where it gets super tricky in terms of the execution price, where she says,
We do 50 now.
What's the price for you? For me, it's the price that the client said.
44 and a half.
And he said he doesn't want to transact at 44.75. So we have an agreement.
It works.
To execute 50 OTC, and that price is 44.50 at 25 as an order when the market opens. And the client says something about the order.
Limit 44 and 3/4, 20% of the ADV.
When he says that, not for the 50, but for the 25, he adds details to the order. Limits means he has to buy at that price or lower. And 20%, I think he says ADV, the average daily volume. And what he means by that, well, okay, I'm not sure about it. If you know, please comment. So average trading volume is the volume, the liquidity measured over a certain amount of time, typically 30 days or 90 days. And it could be that the order needs to be executed by the time the volume on that day reaches 20% of the average. Or sometimes there's conditional orders based on the average daily volume. They say, oh, buy at that price if the volume reaches 80% of the ADV. I'm not sure. I hope someone can clarify.
50 million at 44 and 3/4.
This, to me, is a new price. It's not what the client offered.
And Raj, we got an order of 25 million more in the open. I want you managing it. 50 million at 44 and 3/4. Yours.
This is not the proper way to trade. You should give the price to the client. He says mine, the sales says yours, the trader says done. But here, the trader says yours, the sales says done.
50 million at 44 3/4 done.
And the client finally says,
Mine.
really, this is prone to a lot of mistakes, and you don't want to do that when you trade OTC for large amounts in a fast-pacing environment. So, do you agree now with my price of 44.50 and the fact that Rishi, by just confirming 44.75, maybe took advantage of the fact that the client is playing tennis at the same time when he should be super concentrated and in front of his screens? If you agree, please give us a thumbs up. If you still disagree, please enlighten us in the comments below. Thanks very much for watching.